Because I don't... Now that we're, like... I think at this point, there's no point in level grind or, like, grinding affinity on anyone. Like, by having them in the party consistently, other than Yelv and HB, because they're so close to done. Like, I'm not going to get Arena in the party. I don't know what other... Like, Fry and Fog, I think they're close to 4, but they're not quite there. But I'm not going to put them in the party to get that done. Because I want to do Chapter 12 before stream is over today, if I can. And once I'm done with Chapter 12, I can just do the Super Boost thing. Honestly, it may be the play to just get these 2 to 4 affinity, do their affinity missions, and then level grind Elma and Yelv to, along with me, to, like, as close to level 50 as possible, and then do Chapter 12. Then we'll have all of the side quests unlocked, and in between this stream and next one, I can level grind off-screen, since it's, like, boring and tedious. And, get the characters high enough level to, like, do everything else in the game. Game is not really throwing me a bone here. How are you going to do the post-game in the middle of Xenoblade 3 and survive? The post-game of this game is only, like, 20 side quests. It's, like, 20 side quests and, like, 5 or 6 affinity missions. I'm gonna do it before Xenoblade 3 comes out. I have today's stream, which we're going to finish Chapter 12 today, so then it'll just be side quests and affinity missions. Then I'm going to stream this on Sunday, and ideally, I finish everything on Sunday in, like, a 5-hour stream. That's looking less and less likely, which means I'll do one more stream on Wednesday, which is 2 days before Xenoblade 3 and Survive come out. I would be quite... Let me put it this way. The playthrough will be done on Wednesday at the latest. Even if I have to say, like, all right, we're not doing these last, like, 5 or 6 side quests, I'm just going to do the then and now affinity mission and then call the playthrough to a close. Even if I end up doing it like that, the playthrough is done on Wednesday at the latest, if I can't just finish it by Sunday. So, you know, that's how it's gonna play out.
Get this. Step right up.
I realized, by the way, that my class is ranked up to max, but we're so close to the end of the game that I'm not gonna bother with class nonsense anymore. All right, let's get the scales back. And then let's go to Oblivia and get some segment recon. If I could get that level 40 mission for having Oblivia at 70% recon, it's at 61.7. Every segment recon should be worth like 1 point something or so-and-so. We might be able to beat that level 55 Tyrant that'll give us... whatchamacallit? I know what you're thinking. You can beat that level 43 big thing. Like, how could you beat the level 55 Tyrant? The level 55 Tyrant is one of those enemy skells, like a Glader or whatever, so it's smaller than that enemy. And also, that enemy that was, like, killing our skells uses gravity attacks. And I think gravity attacks are, like, that's what does the most damage to skells, if I'm not mistaken. So, I think we can probably beat that 55 with all of the good skells. And with that, we can put down probes in Oblivia. I'm actually going to try it. I'm impressed you actually managed to finish this game and Stray and maybe close to finish with 3 Hopes before the 29th. Yeah, I don't know how much I have left in 3 Hopes, nor do I want to, because I don't want to know how many chapters are in the game. But we're in, like, Chapter 13 in 3 Hopes. I'm definitely going to finish probably at least 2 more chapters before, because I got 2 more 3 Hopes streams. Maybe if we finish Xenoblade on Sunday, I get 3 more 3 Hopes streams before Survive. If not, then I get 2 more. So... I mean, we'll get at least 2 more chapters done. We'll be pretty close, but I am glad that it's going to work out that Xenoblade X will be done just in time. It won't get uploaded to YouTube fast enough, but it'll be done streaming just in time. And I knew Stray was only going to be a 2, maybe 3 stream game, so I knew I'd be able to get that done. I need to change. I was like, what am I doing in here? I need to change the time. I think it's early morning that level 55 Tyrant spawns. So let's see if we can beat this with all 4 good skells, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Enemy spawns over here. The real nightmare is gonna be Xenoblade 3 and Survive come out, and then I'm still playing 3 Hopes. And I really need to finish 3 Hopes before Soul Hackers 2 comes out. And I'm gonna be streaming a lot of Xenoblade 3 and Digimon Survive. So, doing that is gonna be a little bit of a nightmare. Alright, that's level 55 Tyrant flies in, like, right here, I think. We'll see it zooming by here in a second. But I think it's also, like, not a guaranteed spawn. Oh, was that it? No. That's the same type of enemy. Actually, I think that enemy spawned instead of the Tyrant. So hopefully a quick fast travel resets it. I just fast traveled to the wrong spot, but I'm still really close. Looking forward to see you play Survive. Man, I'm looking forward to Survive existing and then finally getting to play a Digimon game. There it is. It spawned this time. Lila's Galder. I don't know who the heck Lila is, but her Galder's about to get wrecked. Spam A. Good opening hit. Let me bind. Let me bind. Someone else bind it. I wish I could just tell the AI not to do that. Man, I wish I could just get the AI not to bind. Because they do not hold it very long at all. Let me bind. Let me bind. Let me bind. Oh, I thought it got the bind option there, but I guess it didn't. Oh, it is dying though. We are aggroing these little enemies, but what are you gonna do? All these little level 30s and stuff should just die. They shouldn't be a problem. It's just a matter of killing this thing before it kills us. I'm worried it's gonna do like a Giga move and kill me all of a sudden. There goes the Amdusius. The Inferno got a big hit there too. Oh, what's it doing? Is it doing some kind of Giga move? It did a lot to the Inferno there. It's fine. The Mistem is still up. We should be fine. I don't want to use my purple move because I don't want to aggro more enemies. Soul Voice. Alright, we're down to just my Skell and then the Inferno, and now the Inferno's dead. Oh, but perfect. I got this just in time. I was about to say I haven't gotten a single cockpit yet. There we go. Lila's Galder done. Can you not aggro, please? Just let me go. Let me move on with my life. Die, you stupid Night Puge. Alright, that was... you know what? I'm gonna say it. I've been a little critical of the game today because it's been getting on my nerves. This is not like a huge... I don't think it's like the worst thing ever. But I'm gonna be straight up with you, chat. You can tell the AI not to bind. It's in the battle menu. Oh, I can? I should probably do that. I should probably do that sometime because they never do it well. But, tell me exactly where to change that, please. What about the new Valkyrie profile game, Valkyrie Elysium? I don't know when that comes out, and I have no plans on playing it if it comes out in the next 2 months. But I'm gonna say it. I really think it was a neat idea the developers went with being like the bigger enemies are, the more deadly they are. And all that, when in combat, the battle menu order thing. Oh, that, I can't just default it? That sucks, and I hate having to go through that menu because, like in Xenoblade 1, there are like 3 options, and it's a really quick press. In this game, it's like, hey, dude, you want to go through a whole drop-down menu while you're trying to fight? And no, I don't want to go through a whole drop-down menu while I'm fighting. But, the thing they went with like bigger monsters being harder to fight than others, etc., is a neat concept, but I kind of like just really hate it. Like, being able to beat that level 55 enemy because it's smaller than the level 43 enemy that's, like, 2 sizes bigger than it is, like, I get the gist of it, but I really just wish that the level that the enemy showed told me exactly, like, where I stand. You know what I mean? Instead, because of the size nonsense, like, normally you would think, oh, you can't beat a level 55 unique enemy, sweetie? You're only level 46, what are you doing? And you're like, oh, but no, you see, because of its size, actually, I probably have a chance. And it's like, oh, level 43 enemy, you're 4 levels higher, shouldn't be a problem. Ooh, that's one size too big, actually. It's gonna one-shot you. Like, I really just, it's just annoying, basically. I just think it's really annoying. I wish that they just stuck with levels being the whole thing. Like, a level tells you It's very straightforward and simple. I just wish it was simpler for the sake of my annoyance and making it less annoying to deal with. In suburban glory and a setting sun, the afflicted tell of what's to come. Suburban means it must be in LA. Does someone in chat just want to tell me what this is talking about? Because I don't want to try and figure out this riddle. Suburban, I'm assuming, is somewhere in the residential district, and it has to be during sunset. What's your opinion on visual novel partly games? It's like, fine. It really depends on how it's presented, because, like, I mean, Persona isn't like a visual novel. It's like a life sim slash turn-based RPG. But, like, I'm fine with, like, wandering around and going through a lot of text, but in Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, the way that they presented it with so much flowery language and, like, really long paragraphs being read of just, like, how like, I was reading a novel, basically, instead of, like, mostly interacting with dialogue like you do in the normal Persona games. If it's, like, mostly dialogue-driven, I'm like, yeah, this is fine. If it's, like, heavy, like, novel-esque writing, I'm like, dude, I'm bored out of my mind. Please go faster. So it's going to depend on how Survive is presented. Also, Survive looks like the kind of visual novel that is like kind of a point-and-click thing, and I'm not a fan of like point-and-click games. Like, I've played very few, and I've only played them on like browsers back when I was younger, but I find them pretty mind-numbing at times. So we will see what happens when the game comes out. It depends on how they present it and how it's balanced, but you know, we'll see. Your art opening soul voice tells AI to use range attacks. If you edit it to melee, might help with saltot grinding, as the AI will be more likely to use their buster swords after you open with yours. How do I change that? Is that also the stupid battle menu thing, or is that something I can set by default? I hate the battle menu in this game. In case it wasn't abundantly clear. We got a revenue hit, but not Muranium there. I thought we might have gotten Muranium. Talk to Solon in an alley north of Ishmael Hills in the evening. All right. I had the general idea. It's in the party menu, soul voices. Soul voices. There is too much stuff in this game. Focus melee. Yeah, am I not already set to focus melee? What do I do here? Does this one need to be? There's not a physical option here. Dude, this is just another case of this game has too much stuff. There's just too much stuff in this game. Plus 10 seconds to overdrive time. I don't know how that's actually gonna work, but whatever. This just looks like a lot. I know, Shroom. This is a lot, and it's only like one of 47 things that looks like a lot. I understand. I'm sure there are some people who are like, wow, you want less in your games instead of more in your games? And no, not necessarily. But I do want things to be a little more succinct and less, like, you know, when there's just too much stuff in the game and I just want to, like, play the game and have fun, like, I don't want a game to be, like, stupid simplistic, like, oh, just press A to kill thing, that's all you have to do. But, like, you gotta... Some games, they just have a little too much going on. And it becomes so much that I'm like, honestly, I just don't want to have to put up with it all. And then as a result, you know, the game might end up being less fun because you're not playing optimally because you didn't go through all 14 tutorials and spend 30 minutes customizing every single character with very specific reports over and over. You can really tell they tried to be an MMO without being an MMO. Yeah, and I'm not a big fan of MMOs. The only MMO I ever, like, played and enjoyed was Toontown, and Toontown is super simple. You have like 7 different types of weapons that you use, and then you just like, they say on them like what effect they have. And then you just shoot, like you just have to look at what your friends are using and then use stuff that complements them well, and that's it. The Chronicles in the game title or the option menus, yeah. Xenoblade 1 had a lot of stuff going on too, don't get me wrong, but it definitely didn't have as much as X, and I felt like it was a lot more straightforward. Like, the only thing in Xenoblade 1 that you really had to go out of your way to, like, learn to use well, I feel like, was linking affinity skills, which doesn't take that long to learn. I think, especially if you have a friend, like, give you a rundown of how it works.
Listen.
Where exactly is this alley, by the way? I thought it would be right there, but I didn't see it. But, and then gyms could be a little confusing, like what gyms were good and how to equip them and stuff, and that one took a bit of work. But also, when I was younger and I played Xenoblade 1, like, I didn't use gyms at all. I didn't even know you could level up arts when I played Xenoblade 1 the first time, and I still beat the game. I think actually I got to like Larithia in the heart and I lost. Or no, I think I got to Dixon and I lost, and then I learned I could level up arts and I was like, wait, what? And I just spam leveled up all my arts and then just absolutely destroyed the game from there. But like, I didn't try and do like the super bosses or anything back then. Super bosses, which is a super optional difficult thing, you had to go deep on learning like how to deal with those. But, like, just playing the normal game in Xenoblade 1, you don't gotta do anything super complex. I mean, you can beat Xenoblade X, too. I mean, I'm living proof. I'm beating Xenoblade X right now without going super in-depth. But it feels like a lot more of a hassle in this game than it does Xenoblade 1. Far too many subsystems in the game? Absolutely. Where on Earth is this alleyway that Solon is at? It's the alley you keep running by directly south of the water processing plant. There's an alley I'm running by? South of the processing plant. This is the processing plant. There is an alley to the south here? Oh, so it's actually... Oh, okay. When you said alleyway, I was thinking, like, metal walls. But it's a hedge. To me, strictly speaking, this is an alley. But when I think of an alley, I think of big buildings on either side. So I would not have... Looking for something called an alley, I would not have looked here. Which is totally on me. Are you? Ah, yes. I take it you are here because you completed all the trials I assigned you? Then you are a blade worthy of possessing my greatest invention, my masterpiece. The Mechanical Field Skill 5.0, capable of unraveling every mystery this enigmatic world can offer. I can upgrade the skill installed in your Mimeosome immediately. Are you prepared? Yes. Then let us begin. With this, you will attain the ability to shed light on even the darkest of this world's manifold mysteries. Finally, Mechanical 5.
1, 2, 3.
Upgrade complete. Now I must excuse myself. I look forward to news of your continued exploits. Alright, now that we have Mechanical level 5, let's get some more survey points in Oblivia. And hopefully that will up our survey rate in Mira at large. Because if we can get Oblivia to 70%, hopefully that also puts Mira at 60%, or at least really close. There are also we can also put some more probes down in Primordia and Sylvalum now, because there were some 5.0 probes. There were some Mechanical 5 probes there. Oh, you guys don't have your scales. Whoops. That's fine. I'm just here to put down a probe. Let me get these 2 probes down, and then we'll get their scales back. We're at 2.5 hours. We've not made as much progress in half of stream as I had hoped we would, but we have made decent progress. A gormless monkey out here all on his own with his 5th gen recycler. What? I guess when you're at level 5 of your skill, you insta do stuff? Just by pressing A once, I assume is what happened right there? Where's that big enemy that flies through here? Does he only show up at a certain time? Must only show up at a certain time. I wanted to peek a look at it. See if it comes up out of the fog. Nope, alright. The only probe left in Oblivia is way down here. Level 5 field skills complete rapid fast, basically. So it seems. So it seems. All of my friends I left behind must be like, where the heck is he going? How does he expect us to follow him? Was that a BC right there? Oh no, it's a Mechanical field skill thing. That I haven't gotten. Did I never even come over here? Is this even a level 5 Mechanical? Well, yeah, that's immediately done. Go Segment Recon. Pog. More Segment Recon is very good. Ejiri Promontory. Mechanical level 3. Instant. Awesome. Another one done. Archaeological level 4 is still possible. It's coming up. so now that I've done that, Oblivia's at 63.82. Indigen Nest level 5, can't do that. Mechanical level 4, White Whale Debris. Let's go over here and look at this near the Rothian Stronghold. Biological level 4, I don't have. Can't do that one. Ferdinand the Fortuitous, a Mephite, always. Go get everyone's scales back, and maybe we can beat up some of these tyrants I have info on for Segment Recon. All right, there's a mechanical one over here. I am in the Hex for a mechanical field action that will give us Segment Recon. Right here. I am still in the Hex, just barely, though. Is this outside of it? I'm just barely in the Hex. This might count. Yep, Segment Recon. Pog. That was... I didn't see how much survey rate that was worth, but I think it was a good chunk. Are there any others that are just field action ones that I have info on? Right up there. Mechanical 4 at the north. Let's go get this one. Then get everyone's scales back. And see if I can beat some of these tyrants. This way. It's right over here. There's a mechanical level 4 somewhere. Probably there. This is probably it right here.